Hello, good morning, dear students. I am here, Lalit Kumar P. Bhaiya, Associate Professor, Bharati College of Engineering and Technology, Durg. Dear students, this is 35th video on analog electronics and instrumentation. Till now, we have studied various parts of your syllabus, various articles of your syllabus on operational amplifier, transistors, diodes, etc. Now we will move for the general instrumentation system, which you have in your syllabus also. Let us see what are in this article, general instrumentation system. First of all, we will go what are the instrument characteristics, and contains are transducer performance characteristics, generalized performance of a system, static terms and characteristics. These are the general things which we will look. Dynamic terms and characteristics. What are the standard test input used for testing? First and second order instruments and their responses. Higher order systems. Calibration and standards. Process of calibration. Standards for calibration. Now let us go along with these all our articles. First of all, we will see what is this transducer. Transducer is a device which, when actuated, transforms one form of energy to the other. A device which converts a physical quantity into electrical quantity. Another name of transducer is a pickup. So transducer is a very basic and fundamental elements in the instrumentation system. In daily applications also we need these transducers, which will convert one form of energy into the other form, one form of output into the other form. For example, physical quantity changes to electrical quantity, light quantity changes to electrical quantity, pressure changes to electrical quantity. That sensors are called as transducers. Sometimes it is referred as a pickups. Classification of transducers. There are basically primary and secondary transducers. Then active and passive transducers, analog and digital transducers, transducer itself and its inverse, that is inverse transducers. So these are the classification of transducers. Primary transducer are those transducers which senses the physical quantity. So what are the primary transducers? Primary transducers are the transducer connected to access the physical quantity, sense it. For example, Bourdon tube, which senses the pressure and converts the pressure into displacement. This is the primary transducer. The transducer which converts the output of primary transducer in usable form is called secondary transducer. So after the primary transducer, we need sometimes secondary transducer. The function of the secondary transducer converts the output of primary transducer in usable form. For example, LVDT, linear variable differential transformer, which converts the displacement into the output voltage, may be a secondary transducers. So this is the differentiation between primary transducer and secondary transducer. Then active transducers. Active transducers define as a transducer which do not require an auxiliary power to produce their output. What does it mean? These active transducers does not require any external power to produce the output. For example, piezoelectric crystals, photovoltaic cell and tacho generator. These are the active transducer which does not require any external source that will produce automatically the output power. For example, piezoelectric crystals does not require the power while it produces the oscillations automatically. Passive transducer is a transducer which required external power source for conversion of physical into electrical quantity. So, what are the passive transducers? Are the passive elements which require to produce the output, which require the power, external power to produce the output. That means excitation is needs to the passive transducer. For example, resistive, inductive and capacitive transducers. Because all these components are the passive components, and the transducer prepared with these components are the passive transducers which requires external excitation to produce the output. But active transducer does not. Then analog transducers. Analog transducers which converts the input quantity into an analog output. Analog transducers which converts the input quantity into an analog output, which is a continuous function of time. As per the definition of the analog quantity, which is a function of continuous function of time, and hence these transducers, that is analog transducers, converts the input quantity into an analog corresponding analog output, which is also a continuous function of time. For example, thermistor, the change of resistance is continuous function of time. LVDT, strain gauge, etc. are the example of the analog transducers. While digital transducers converts the input quantity into an electrical output, which is in the form of the pulses, that is digital pulses. Hence it is called as a digital transducers, which produces the output in terms of the pulses. Or you can say the transducer which converts the analog quantity or physical quantity into the digital pulses are called as the digital transducers. Then transducer is a device which converts non-electrical quantity into electrical quantity that we have seen. And the inverse transducer is a device which converts the electrical quantity into non-electrical quantity. Is called as the inverse transducers. For example, piezoelectric transducer, which changes its dimension when voltage is applied to its surfaces. Try to understand this inverse transducer. Piezoelectric transducer is an example which changes its dimension when voltage is applied to its surfaces. That means when electrical quantity is applied, it changes its physical dimensions. This is called as the inverse transducer. Then, transducer performance characteristics. The input characteristics of a transducer categorized into its type of input and operating range. Then loading effect. These are the two important characteristics which gives the transducer performance from the input side. Type of input and operating range and loading effects. Then transfer characteristics. Input transfers into the output. What is the transfer function? What are the errors in the transducer system? And what is the transducer response? These characteristics are called as the transfer characteristics, because transducer transfer one physical quantity into the another or electrical quantity. So we need the transfer function. To see the transfer function, what are the errors in the system where transducer we use, or errors in the transducer? What is the transducer response? That is also important. So these are the performance characteristics, transfer characteristics and input characteristics. And finally we have the transducer output characteristics. Type of electrical output, whether the output is current output, whether the output is voltage output, whether the output is power output, whether it is a low level signal, or whether it requires the amplifier. This is the output characteristics. Then see the output impedance and useful output range. What is the output impedance of the transducer or related transducer circuit, and what is the range of the output, whether it is useful or not. These are the important output characteristics which we want to see in case of the transducers. So dear friends, dear students, these are the basic things of the transducers. So I would like to ask these questions and would like to have the answers from you. So dear friends, dear students, try to give the answers of these questions till now we have seen. Question number 1. Explain the passive and active transducers. Question number 2. Explain the transfer characteristics of transducer. And question number 3. Explain the different types of errors in transducer. These are the basic questions which are related with the transducer. So I would like to suggest you to go through the books for the transducers like Instrumentation by A.K. Saveni and Cooper also. These are the books used to find the answers of these questions for detail. Then we will go after this transducer. What is the generalized performance of a system? System is a connection of the components. System in instrumentation system, we have the different connections of elements like transducers, power supply, measuring instruments, etc. So here generalized performance of a system, instrumentation is a process to obtain requisite information pertaining to the successful completion of the process. Once again, instrumentation is a process to obtain the requisite information pertaining to the successful completion of the process. So what is instrumentation? It is a process to obtain the particular information which want to be pertinent for the successful requirement, completion of the process. And what is instrument? It is the strict requirement of precise and accurate measurement in the technological fields. Instruments are the elements, is a devices which is required for the accurate measurement in any instrumentation system or in any technological fields. These are the instruments. For example, a simple instruments we use like ammeter, voltmeter, multimeters, function generator, etc. In other way, you can say mobile is also instrument, laptop is also instrument, electric meter is also instrument. These are different kinds of instruments are there, and different systems are used to utilize these instruments. Hence, generalized performance of a system with instruments are very important. Instrumentation, particularly, is a philosophy, if we look, and that philosophy is based on the preposition that the condition of human society and of industrial processes and operation, that is force of nature, should be controlled. The principle that before a condition can be controlled, it must be measured. The dictum that in order to measure a condition or property, it must be segregated, and the logic, if you control it manually, you should control automatically. This is the particular philosophy. Let us see history in short. In 1930s, instrumentation came to known to the few people. First, the introduction of reliable instrument for measuring temperature. With the growth and requirement for measuring various factors such as pressure, flow, etc., introduction of instrument became very urgent. And due to this, the various methods based on various laws came into existence. Then, the very important part of the instrumentation system is the measurement. The measurement is used as about the length, the weight, the temperature, etc., or the change in physical entities, quantities of a material. The comparison between unknown value with a value known is called measurement. The known value is called standard value. So what this is called as the measurement. You know very well, it is a general term used, measurement. Tailor takes the measurement of your shirt or pant. The word used measurement. What does he do? he takes the dimensions, all the measurement for stitching the shirt. Similarly, measurement to measure the current flowing through the wire circuit, to measure the voltage at the two ends, to measure the pressure, to measure the temperature. So measurement plays an important role in the instrumentation system. And here you can see the generalized instrumentation system block diagram, which is a basic part of your syllabus also, and very important aspect of the instrumentation system. So here, this is the measured medium. Measured quantity is applied to the primary sensing element, that is primary transducer. Then output of the primary transducers is applied to the secondary transducer, variable conversion element, that will convert the particular variable into the required quantity. And then output of the variable conversion element, secondary transducer, is then applied to the variable manipulation element, that is measurement system, instruments, and the output of the variable manipulation element is then applied to the data transmission element, which will transfer the data of this variable manipulation element instrument to the data presentation element, that is like displays. And this presented data is then applied to the observer, or can be absorbed by the observer. This is the generalized instrumentation system. You can represent with the help of this block diagram. Functional elements of the instrumentation system. So this is the important, and question may be asked. Explain the generalized instrumentation system with a neat block diagram. So you can draw this block diagram and explain each block with your own language for the instrumentation system. So dear friend, till now we have seen the basic characteristics of the instrumentation system, the parameters of the instrumentation system, general idea about the instrumentation system, and basic building blocks of the instrumentation system. Again, in next video, we will go with the same block diagram, generalized instrumentation system, and we will move ahead one by one. So today it is sufficient. Go to the detailed study from the book, which I have already told you, and answer the questions which I have already asked in the previous slides, and let me know the feedback from you. What are your doubts? You can ask your doubts onto your classroom also, Google Classroom. Thank you very much for listening this video. Today we will go for the next video with the help of this block diagram and further. Thank you very much. Thanks a lot.